Hey everyone. Holy cow, look at me up on that screen there. How's it going? It's Robert. It is April 5th at 1 o'clock. That means we are going to be doing Command 101. April 5th. April 5th already. Wow. If you haven't gotten your year planned out yet, you're late. There's a lot to do, huh? So what we're going to be talking about today is literally Command 101. So let's go ahead and take a quick little peek at what we're going to be looking at here. And that is Command right there, right on your screen. There it is, full screen. Not me, that, just the whole thing. So Command 101 is all about understanding the program from beginning to end. And we're going to be taking a look today at the overview. So we're going to be looking at Command from just a 10,000 foot view. We're not going to go down deep into the weeds on any specific area. We're just going to talk about it as a tool and understand what it can do. So to get started with that, the idea is it's a CRM well, depending on who you talk to, it's a customer relationship management software, CRM. And what that really comes down to is, in quite the simplest terms, is a software system that can help you track your communications, nurture relationships, and we'll talk about some of the things that we can do for nurturing relationships here, working with your leads and your clients, and just in general, managing your business, organization, getting more efficient, time management, and also being more impressive to your clients, because some of the things that this thing can do here is marketing and bringing all of the touch communications together in one place. So we're talking about like forms, calls, emails, text messages, meetings, as well as advertising, website design. It's crazy. So instead of giving you just a bunch of stuff to think about, let's take a look from the very get-go here of what we've got, and we're going to walk through this thing. Now, again, I'm not going to get down into the weeds on this stuff. I just want to give you guys a general overview of what this thing can do and why you would want to use it, okay? So the first thing we need to know is where to go to get this. This is at agent.kw.com. That's where you're going to find this login. If you haven't logged in before, you're going to receive an email from our Director of Licensing, Brittany Goodale, and she's going to give you some login information. Once you get in there, you can change your password to make it your own, because she's going to give you a default password to start you off. And then once you're in there, you can start doing some things. What things is going to be really managing your business. And we're going to talk about how this will help you manage your business. Are you guys ready to go? I thought you would be. So let's go ahead and get right in. So here we are, agent.kw.com. Let me go ahead and log out to show you what the login screen looks like. This is what you get when you land at agent.kw.com. You'll enter your username and password and click on sign in. Once you're signed in, let's take a little walk around the interface here and give it a little bit of a general look and feel here. So you'll notice we have a menu bar across the top, or a kind of like this big brown black bar across here. This is going to always be here. This is like the header bar, and it's going to help you kind of navigate major sections of the program. So we have Command, which is what we're looking at here. Command is the CRM. There's a section called Connect, which is for a local. Basically, it's like a miniature Facebook feed that allows you to see and communicate with agents here at our market center and in the region. Now, most of you are not going to see this last one here. This is Command MC, and this stands for Command Market Center. And this is for the management here and the leadership at the market center. So agents don't typically see this. But if you'll notice here that I have it, I'm not going to bring it up. I'm not going to click on it, and we're not going to talk about that beyond just showing you that you may not have that. On the far right-hand side, we have a bunch of little icons here. Plus, we also have your profile. So we'll start with the section right here, the little bodega, little storefront. And this is called Marketplace. And Marketplace is where you can add additional interactions or plugins. And these different tools that you can add to the system can enhance and add functionality to Command. And this includes things like DocuSign, Loop, just a whole bunch of stuff. And we'll talk about that a little bit more. Next up is a little notification bell, and you can see my notification bell has a little red dot on it, and that indicates that I have notifications. So there are messages that have been sent to me, and in this case, you have quite a few, or maybe none at all. But most important about this notification bell is it does not connect to your desktop. So when you do receive a notification, you need to take a look at the bell and see if there's a red dot. If there's a red dot, you have something that is unread. Now you can dismiss all of your activities and it will clean out the dot. I strongly urge you to pay attention to that little bell, and anything that does have a red dot on it, look at what's in there, deal with it, click on it, act on it, do what you got to do, and then dismiss the thing so that you can move on, so that you can go to the next stage, okay? Next up here is our profile icon, and this is kind of your main menu of navigation. So this one gives you access to all of the settings areas, to your Connect profile, your command training, and also it gives you the ability to log out from here. If you are a member of a team, you're going to see two different databases. You're going to see your personal database, which I'm currently logged into right now, and you will see a team database, allowing you to switch between these two. If you do not see an other account here, if you don't see something else here, that means that you are working with this as a solo agent, and there is no secondary accounts to work with. Okay? So let's go ahead and take care of those dogs. Hang on one second. Okay, so the profile icon again allows you to get into your settings area. We'll come back to take a look at this in just a moment. And then we have over on the far right side, a help and information. And I try to start off by letting you guys know that from a support perspective, this should be your first stop. Help and information right here to get your questions answered. There's guided tours, Keller Williams University, and the most important one down here at the bottom, chat with support. Chatting with support is the fastest way to talk directly with support agents down in Texas. When you chat with support, there's some suggestions based on where you are in the program. So yes, it knows where you are in the program. And then you can click on Get in Touch. The Get in Touch is going to open up a chat window, and you can work directly with support right here. This is quite literally the quickest way to get assistance with anything to do in Command. So if you have any questions, just come up to the Help button and then click on Chat with Support and then click Get in Touch. Okay? All right. Now let's take a look at this main screen here in the middle. When I talk about the main screen, this is where all of the action takes place, but there is a sidebar menu on the left hand. And to see all of the different icons and what they mean with kind of expanding it out so you can see all the names of everything, if you click the red KW in the upper left-hand corner, it's going to reveal the names of each of the different icons. So what we have, and I'm just going to briefly read through them here with you, is we have a home icon, which is what we're looking at here, where it says Welcome Home, Robert. Then we have a contacts app. We have tasks, smart plans, referrals, opportunities, campaigns, reports, designs, listings, and a consumer area. So let's do this once again, but this time we're going to go and talk about what this area holds. So the home screen has your dashboard, and there's the goals can be here, tasks, product updates. We got a whole bunch of different things that you can take a look at. In addition, the home screen is customizable. So you can click on that Customize Home in the top right corner, and then you can rearrange some of these sections to make it kind of fit what your way of preferred working is. All right. So when you're working in here, one of my favorite things is the product updates. So you can actually read what is the newest and latest product updates. So that's really good. The next section here is for contacts. And in the contacts area, this is where pretty much the entire database truly lives. When we talk about a thing like a CRM, a customer relationship management software, this is it. This is where we manage our contacts or our customers. And in this section here, not only do we have something that kind of looks like a spreadsheet, a table with all of our contacts, where we can filter our contacts for certain types of tags or information. We can see phone numbers and emails. We can customize the columns here so that we can put the columns in any order that we want by just clicking and dragging. We can also show or reveal more contacts on a page at a time. The default, by the way, is 10 contacts per page. I have mine set to 500. We can also see the total amount of contacts we have in our database here, and we can navigate between pages by clicking the little arrows to the left or right or returning home. The most important thing, though, is being able to find somebody. So we use the search dialog box here. The search dialog box can search for everything, which is the default. So it doesn't matter what you type in here, whether you type a phone number, an email, or someone's name. By searching everything, you're actually looking for all of those different things. So that's a really great way to search. Or you can narrow it down to first name, last name, email, or address. So those are different searching parameters there. I typically leave mine on everything and search there. One of the nice things about this particular view is you can create and save different views for different purposes. Now, the default view is all contacts, and the way that these different column headers are listed is the default with name and phone number and all that. But you can create your own views, and I'll show you one here that I've created called Market Center Leadership. And this allows you to see all of the Market Center by who we are, what we do, our email, and our phone number. And I'm using tags to filter down to see them, and then columns to see them the way I want. So this is a very powerful tool, creating those views for when you're working. So keep that in mind, that you can kind of adjust the way you see your data in your database. Okay. All right, so let's go back up here. I'm going to click that red button again, and we're going to go down in a little bit further here. By the way, we'll come back and talk about contacts in a little bit. Tasks is an area where you can manage your daily tasks or any of the tasks that you have coming up. You can create tasks in here, or you can just mark them as done and check them off and move on. When it finally loads up here, you're going to see that there's actually two major areas of tasks: contact tasks and opportunity tasks. And when you think about just that statement alone, contact tasks and opportunity tasks, you can see that we can base our tasks around people, or we can base them around transactions. And this is nice because transactions can have checklists, and the checklists can be converted to tasks so that you can see what needs to be done and when, be reminded of those actions that are necessary, and take the appropriate actions. So creating tasks here, one of the neat things about tasks when you create them is way down at the bottom here, there's the ability to add a hyperlink to a task. And I like that because this allows you to kind of tie together someplace on the web with the transaction or the person that you're working with, so you have instant access to that as you're searching. Okay. So the task area is pretty, it should be fairly familiar from a task management perspective, but that's some of the stuff that you can do there. Come back up here to the red dot again, and let's talk about the next one down. This is Smart Plans. Now in the Smart Plans area, which by the way, we're going to be doing the class this afternoon at 3 o'clock, is going to be Smart Plans. We're going to be talking about what they are, how they work, what they do. And I guess if I click on this thing, maybe that'll help me get there. So in brief, before we go into the class this afternoon, just think about it this way. Drip campaigns. That's the term that's often used in any kind of marketing where you're reaching out multiple times over periods of time to your contacts and saying whatever you need to say, just in general, marketing with multi-touch. Okay. So if very simply, a smart plan is a series of events. And I'm actually going to create a smart plan here, and I'll show you really quickly because it is worth just taking a walk through. So I'm going to call this April, and this is going to be test 2 because I already set up one for later on today that I'm going to be showing everybody. But here we are inside the smart plan builder or the smart plan editing page. And really smart plans come down to actions. And actions are a sequence of events. So we can create a task for ourselves that triggers on, let's say Monday or now. And after that task, we can set up so that we have another task that generates to make a phone call. Now, these are basically the same, but they're different in terms of what their goal is. One is something for you to do, and one is for you to make a phone call. So these are reminders. So we can build reminders into our smart plan for us. Then there's the send email. So we can actually trigger an email to go out from the system inside a smart plan, and we can send out multiple emails over multiple days or weeks or whatever it is. We can also use text messages if you purchase a Twilio subscription, which is a bulk text messaging subscription. So text SMS can be added so that maybe after an email, we wait a couple of days and we send out a text message. And there's that delay, setting a delay. So maybe between an email and the next text message, we set 5 days and then we send out a message, and we can do that. So the other things that smart plans can do is you can actually take, once a smart plan has concluded, or inside of it for that matter, you can trigger a second smart plan to start, and so on and so on. And you can also restart a smart plan so it goes in cycles where after a few weeks of doing things, it repeats. So it sounds like a lot, but it's really not. The smart plan itself is just a series of events triggered by tags, triggered by you manually, triggered by events, things like that where the marketing starts to take place automatically, and then each send of the different things that it's doing, the emails, the text messages, all that are happening behind the scenes without you having to go back in and make those changes yourself. So smart plans are very powerful, and we're going to go into those in more detail this afternoon at 3 o'clock. Okay. So let's go back over to our red button here, and we'll click on referrals now. We're just going straight down the line, so I'm not giving any weight to any different area. We're just going straight down the different areas of the program. So when we talk about referrals, again, this is me just clicking slow, I guess. It loads up, and what we have here is the ability to manage all of the Keller Williams agents that we interact with and we refer business to, and that refer business to us. So this dashboard shows us any invites that we have that are coming into us, any referrals that we have that are going out, what we've received for referrals, and what we've sent for referrals. It also shows us a brief overview of our network, and we can use tags to locate people. We can use cities, and look at this. I've got one referral from Alice. So I can send referrals, receive referrals all from this dashboard. Then we can track our referrals here on the referrals page. We can also do one thing that I think is the hidden gem within Command, and that is to find agents to become part of our referral network. So if I zoom in on an area of the map here, and I look at all these numbers and all the people on the right-hand side, what I'm seeing are Keller Williams agents, and I can do searches for specific people. I can do filtering for people based on closed units, listings sold, buy sides, or leases. I can do all sorts of stuff here to find Keller Williams agents that match the skill set of what I'm looking for, or what I typically interact with, or what I find my clients are looking for. Now, of course, we're in New Hampshire right now. So what we're seeing is the New Hampshire agents based on what's in the map view as you see it. But if I zoom back out, one of the things that I can do is pick another area. Maybe I'll go over here to Niagara Falls. Let's go into Niagara Falls real quick. And I can see all of the KW agents in the Niagara Falls area. And by doing this, if I wanted to connect with any of them, I can communicate with them directly, right, with this little button here with little People Plus, or I can send a referral to someone. So using any of the techniques, by whether it be searching for, closed units, listings sold, buy sides, leases, or by name, or just by area, I can find and work with agents to build my network, which is really nice because at the end of the day, it comes down to passive income, right? Okay, so here's the thing about this map, one of my favorite things, and I'm bringing this up because it's kind of an underserved area, and that is the referral patterns tools. So it's on the drop down for what kind of information is being displayed on the map. If I choose referral patterns, by default, it's going to take my market center and show me where people migrate to and what those referral patterns look like from my market center outward. And why this is important is because when you zoom into an area, let's say we're talking about Asheville, North Carolina, which by the way is an absolutely beautiful area. There is, according to this, 1% of the people that are migrating out of Portsmouth are going to Asheville, which means it would be in my best interests to know of an agent in the Asheville, North Carolina area. So taking Asheville, North Carolina and saying, okay, let's take a look at production in the Asheville, North Carolina area. Asheville. What this is going to do is tell me all of the people in that area. And now that I have those people here, I could maybe pick a couple of different people in different areas and say, would you like to become part of my referral network? Because we have people in my area who are sometimes leaving. And when they do, a percentage of them migrate to where you are, and that would benefit both of us. I don't think that needs much more explaining. It's a cool tool. All right. So now let's come back over here outside of the referrals, and we're going to talk about the opportunities area. Now you'll notice that when I was talking about contacts, one of the things I didn't specifically mention was that the contacts themselves are where we create and manage opportunities for individual clients, for our individual customers. So let me give you a brief example of that. Before we go into the opportunities area, let's talk about contacts again. And you'll find me doing this not only today, but you'll find me doing this throughout all of my trainings. Everything in this database revolves around a contact. So when we are in here and we're looking for a contact, what we're looking for is to find someone. So if we got here, I got John Morgan. So the information that I have about John Morgan is going to be vital in my relationship with them. So the more information I have, the better. And my health score on this particular contact is 92%, which means I'm doing pretty good. I have multiple ways to reach out to them, emails, phone numbers. I can send out mailings to them. I also have the information about their birthday and their spouse, their relationships. Those pieces of information, plus if I added a neighborhood in here, and I'll just briefly go ahead and say, you know what, let me have a neighborhood. Let's say John is interested in someplace out here. We're going to go with, let's say Bellows Falls. Why not? Sure. So in Bellows Falls, this is where the John is thinking about moving to. So now my score has gone up a little bit, and that is going to make it so that I can reach out to them with neighborhoods now. So I can add them to a neighborhood nurture program. Why not? Let's go ahead and add them to a smart plan. This says neighborhood nurture. So where is my neighborhood? There we go. Boom. So now John is going to start to receive a beautifully formatted email that is going to show about properties in that area of Bellows Falls. Can't beat it. Gotta love it. Now, John calls me and says, I found a place in Bellows Falls that I want to move to. Here's where we come over and we start working with the opportunity or the transaction. The transaction for individuals is managed at the contact level. So when we create an opportunity, we work that opportunity from the contact. However, when our business gets bigger and we're starting to have a lot of simultaneous transactions, or we've got enough transactions and we're keeping really, really good track of them, we can start to use the sales pipeline to manage multiple people who are in our cultivate stage and our appointment, our active, our under contract and close stages for our listings, our buyers, and our leases. In addition, we can start monitoring our CGI. If we're doing this right and adding all of the proper data to every step of the way in our opportunities, then this pipeline becomes extremely valuable to show us where and when our next paychecks are coming from. So this is a great sales management tool for a pipeline of transactions, but it is not necessarily the best place to manage single transactions. And that's why I always go back and say, manage the individual transactions from the contact where the transaction was created, but then manage your multiple transactions from the opportunities tab. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the next one here. The next one is campaigns. And before I click on this, actually, I'll go ahead and click on it. And I'm going to bring that menu back out here on the side. I get a question many times, what is the difference between a campaign and a smart plan? And if you recall when we were talking about smart plans, one of the things that I said was this is a multi-touch, multi-date campaign, if you will, a drip campaign. And these campaigns are designed to be spread out over multiple days, multiple weeks, whatever it is. And you're going to be reaching out to them using text messages or using phone calls to actually reach out to them via phone, or you're going to be reaching out via emails and so forth. So those different types of communication methods are inside of smart plans, multi-touch. Whereas a single campaign, a single touch point is where you have an email campaign which goes out one time. A good example of this is smart plans are fantastic for brand awareness, to let people know of you, what you do, and that you're available. Okay. The email campaign, a single email campaign, is great for an open house coming up this weekend where you have a specific event and you want to let people know about that event and you want them to attend. And then the event is over and the campaign stops. So campaigns, paid ads, they're finite. You pay for the ad, it runs for a period of time and then stops. Email campaigns, you send out an email and the campaign is over. Direct mail campaigns, you send out a direct mailer and then the campaign is over. Social posts are the only ones that are in the campaigns area that kind of bend the rules a little bit. And what this means is you can schedule your posts in a social media campaign over multiple days and, in fact, multiple weeks or months. So you can schedule posts to repeat, or you can schedule unique posts on specific days. Maybe you want to do a holiday social post. So the entire year you create these really cool graphics for all of the major holidays that you want to promote. And then you come in here and you click on a date and you say, let me go ahead and create a post that's going to go out on that day. And then when that day comes around, the post automatically goes out. Social post campaigns and social post calendar management is a very, very powerful tool in Command, especially when you consider that you can go so far ahead and set this up so that it does its work for you and you don't have to manage it on a day-to-day basis or remember to go in and do it. And if you're super busy, you forget to because you just don't have the time. So it's a very powerful way for you to set up multi-touch, but through social media posting. Okay. And by the way, the channels that you can post in with social posts are Facebook and Twitter. Okay. All right, let's go back over here to our menu on the left-hand side and let's talk about the next section here, reports. And the reports area is going to give value after you've been working for a little while in Command. It's not going to initially light up and give you a lot of valid, good information, because as you build your database and do things inside of this software, you're going to see that the reporting area is going to become more and more valuable. So on the dashboard here, it gives just a screenshot of my database health score, which right now is sitting at about 65.83%. My phone number count and my email count are very high. I am doing really good on making sure that I have phone numbers and emails for pretty much all of my clients. However, my physical address is low. My neighborhoods are low. The home anniversary dates are low, and I only have 1% of my database that has birthdays. Okay. So that means that if I have people on a birthday smart plan, at this point in time, I can only have 1% of my database added to that smart plan. That's the maximum I have because the information is not available. So every time that you're building out your contact, and there's that word again, anytime you're working with your contacts, remember the physical address, the neighborhoods, the home anniversaries, and the birthdays contribute to your ability to reach out. If you don't have that data in there, you're not going to be able to use all of the tools that Command has available. The reports area also breaks it down into some different sections with opportunities, potential income, probable income, and so forth. as well as goals. If you have set up your goals for the year, you can track how you're doing against those goals. And that's a really, really cool thing. If you're on a team, you'll also be exposed to the lead routing methodology. Right now, I'm not even in the team, so you're not going to see anything. It'll also be able to keep track of your emails, delivered, undelivered, open, clicked, replied, and unsubscribed. So you'll see things that are happening in your campaigns and how you're doing with retaining people through your email campaigns. And if you're using Twilio, you will see your Twilio messages and your credit history there. So you get a little dashboard for your text and calls. There you go. The next one up is designs. Now, the designs area goes hand in hand with the campaigns and the smart plans. So when we talk about designs, if any of you have used a tool called Canva, C-A-N-V-A, it's like canvas without the S. Canva is a very cool program that allows you online to create graphics. Well, you have a similar tool here inside of the designs area of Command. You can create designs based on email, social, print, or video. So I'll take, for example, I'll take an email design. Actually, I'll take a social design. Click continue, and then you're going to get a list of all of the different types of templates that are available to you for not only social, but you'll also have some other things over here on the left-hand side. Lots of different things, basic business, email signatures, social branding, leadership, agent onboarding, holidays for the different holidays in the different year, like April. Here's all the April holidays. These are templates that you can use. Happy tax day. Nice. You can use to create social media campaigns. So when you decide to use one, it will open up an editor for you that allows you to add different elements of text, logos, graphics, listings. You can add a listing to any of your graphic designs. You can also now add animation. There is also stock footage available and stock photos that you can get, and as well as different ones for the workspace like holidays, house interiors, just general designs. So there's a lot of graphic elements that you can now bring into your designs. And when you do that, let's take a little dog here. And if I wanted to add this dog to this to this graphic, I can put that dog where I want it, what I want it to do. That doesn't really go into tax season very well, but you get the idea. So you can use your creativity, create these designs, and then you can either download them for in use in different campaigns within Command, or you can directly use them in the social posts that you put together. So it's a very powerful design tool. It's not quite as powerful as something like Photoshop or something like Canva, but it can get the job done very quickly and with great success and good design quality. So keep that in mind. If you're needing to make designs, you can use the designs tool inside of Command. And remember, that whole thing, all of those designs can be used in your email campaigns, your social posts, in anything there, and they can also be used in your smart plans. So depending on what you create and how you use it, you have a pretty robust system for creating marketing elements. All right, the next one up here is, it seems kind of light, but it's actually kind of interesting, is the listings area. The listings area here is going to show you any of your current listings, and it will give you the MLS data on that. Now, obviously, I don't have any as I'm a non-agent, but when you click into here, you will be able to see all of your listings. So you will be able to see all your listings. You can create views and filters and show the listings that you want based on your criteria. You can also search the database, and the database is pretty much all the listings. So if I come in here and I say 03290, boom. Okay, so now we have in that area, we've got Mitchell Road area here. We've got the Kennard Road. We've got all these different areas in the 03290. If I jump into Barrington, I can search listings in here. So lots of things that you can do inside of here. Now, remember, this is the MLS data. When you click on it, you're going to get a full MLS sheet, details, photos, open houses, virtual tours, and links. So all of that information is available inside of Command without having to leave. Now, if this is something that you're interested in, is having a one-stop shop to be able to use these tools, it's very powerful. And I think that you'll get some real good use out of it there. Now, in the next one here, this is the consumer area. And I'll bring that back up for you so you can see it. The consumer area on the left-hand side. Now, there's a lot going on here. And so let me break it down. There is the ability to create your own agent website. And it will be configured and available here when you've completed it. And it will be something you can jump right into. So here is a demonstration website that I've created for here at the Market Center. It's time for me to change my little slogans and get rid of the winter background here, which you can do. Once you've published your website, you'll have the ability to make changes. You can also have featured listings. You can have contact pages. And on your menu structure here, you can also have multiple things about me, multiple pages about me, contact me, download my app, a mortgage calculator, school reports, testimonials, contact pages, and links to, in this case, my social media. So the web pages that you can build here are very smart, very simple, and work very well with command. That's one thing you can do here. The other thing is called landing pages. Now, these are pages that are not part of your website. These are standalone pages, pages that stand in the middle of the internet. They're just right out there. They're not on any website. They are just standalone. And you can do a lot of different things here. So when you come in here, you can create a plethora of different, this one's what I was doing some testing on, a plethora of different types of landing pages. A good example of a powerful landing page is one where you set up for an open house and you have information, you have links, and you have all the stuff that somebody needs at an open house. And then you put that web page into a little thing called QR Code Monkey. QR Code. Yeah, there we go. QR Code Monkey. This is a free place where you can put a QR Code Monkey. So let's say that landing page that I have here, I'll use the one with the broken address. You can put this landing page, once you've created it, into this little QR code generator, and then create that code. And then you can get that code and put it onto a piece of paper and sit it at, on a little easel at an open house and have people scan that code. And then that will be taken to any page that you want where you can give all the information about that listing and they have access to it when they leave and any documents. Really cool, all from using landing pages. In addition to that, there is the ability to use what's called the guide builder. And this is a guide for your buyers and your sellers. The guide can be a multi-step guide, and these guides themselves, when people are using your mobile app, they will be able to follow through the stages of buying and selling a home. And it's something where you can customize this. So you can write in here what it is that you want to say, use the images that you want to use, and talk to people the way that you would talk to them in your voice about the buying and selling process. Again, an underutilized tool available for you right within Command. So that is a walk down through all of the different areas in the program. Now, without getting, like I said, into the deep weeds here, this gives you a general idea of what you can do. Some of the things that I want to show you now are in the setup area, and they're going to be about how Command can interact with other tools that you may use in your business. So we talked about the emails that we're always talking about with collecting emails for your contacts. Well, one of the things that you can do is you can reach out to them from within Command. This is taking a nice long time to load. You can reach out to your contacts inside of Command and email them. When you do that, this is just ridiculous. Okay, I'll do it another way. And now it loads up, of course. By setting up your Gmail to sync your email interactions with your database, any email that you send from within Command is going to go through the Gmail KW system, but then it's going to come back here and be stored with that contact on their activities page. that's a really cool aspect of what this software can do. And of course, now it switched me back over to my contacts area. Oh boy, let's try that again. All right. So we talked about being able to link up DocuSign this morning on the DocuSign class. This is where we connect our DocuSign. This is where we connect Facebook so that we can schedule posts and post to Facebook to our business page. We can also post to Twitter. We can also do third-party interactions. Here's one called Porch that I downloaded from that market center we were talking about earlier that allows me to determine repair estimates for any of the houses that I'm listing so that the homeowners know what it's going to cost to get the house up for sale, get it spec'd up. There's also a new one here that was just added, Keller Covered, help buyers searching for home insurance using Keller Covered as part of the service. So you have that in here as well. Again, I mentioned the Gmails here. Facebook ad purchasing so that you can purchase ads on Facebook. Your Google Calendar can be connected and set up here. And if you're using Office 365, you can connect that. And if you're purchasing ads on Twitter, you can do that here as well. And all the way down through to Twilio, you've got all these great tools. So these interactions, these integrations that we provide give you functionality boosts, really. We're just enhancing and improving the functionality of the program so that you can get more done. So there's a lot going on there in those different areas, okay? All right, so we've walked through the general area here and we've walked through all the important things. I'm gonna come back to the home page here and we're gonna talk briefly about the Command MC. Now, Command MC, just like when we were talking about the referrals area, Command MC, not Command MC, Connect. Boy, you're clicking the wrong buttons there, guy. Connect, not Command MC. Connect. Connect allows us to connect with people in our region and our local market center. And as you can see here, in the New England region, there's 8,000 members. And in the Portsmouth area, there's 1,000 members. What that basically means for you in a nutshell is that you have access to that group of people through this feed and you can talk to them and interact with them and just in general, converse, share, and do business together. So this is a great way for you to stay engaged. This is all a kind of like along the lines of what we have with the blend, the email that comes out to you every morning. And this is just our feed way of talking to people. So you can see here, April 2nd, Katie Chase added a new open house. Cannot beat this. So go out, take a look at it, interact. And remember, anytime you see one of the agents' profiles here, you have a profile as well. And you can modify the information in your profile to really set it up to kind of speak to who you are and what you can do for your clients. Okay. And if you do want to edit your profile within Command, you can go to Connect, find yourself in the profile here, and click on it, and there'll be an edit button on the right. If you want to get directly to editing your profile, you can come up to the profile icon in the top right and click on Profile here, and that will take you in so that you can edit your profile. And here's mine. Got all my goodness here. There you go. Okay. So in general, I just want you to remember that Command is a customer relationship management software. There is so many things that it can do for you and your business. You do not have to use every aspect of it. In fact, I would be very surprised if everyone used all the parts. But here's the thing. The most important part is your contacts area. Managing and maintaining relationships with your contacts, whether you do it by phone, text message, smart plans, campaigns, does not matter. This is the most important part. You want to get all of your contacts in your sphere, all of the contacts that you deal with in a business way into this system so that you can communicate with them. Reach out to them and work with them. Okay, that's going to be it for the Command 101 today. And the next one up at 3 o'clock is going to be the Command 301. And we're going to be talking about smart plans. So what we briefly touched on here, we're going to be going much deeper into in the smart plans class in about an hour at 3 p.m. So that's it for now. Hope you guys have a great day, and we will talk to you at